You are listening to the audio production of Venture All for God, the Piety and Writings of John Bunyan, introduced and edited by Roger D. Duke and Phil A. Newton, with Drew Harris, published by Audiobooks. This book was originally published by Reformation Heritage and is read by Simon Bubb. For unceasing support of the gospel and our ministries, we lovingly dedicate this book to our wives, Linda Duke and Karen Newton. Roger Duke and Phil Newton. For encouragement and love as we begin our pilgrimage in Christ together, I lovingly dedicate this book to my wife, Jenny Harris. Drew Harris. Preface. Books come together in various ways. This book came out of the interesting work of Providence in the editors' lives. Phil and Roger met over 20 years ago and kept in contact through conferences. Just a couple of years ago, Roger and his family became members of South Woods Baptist Church in Memphis, where Phil serves as senior pastor. Both Phil and Roger love books, church history, and theology, and enjoy making a contribution to the church through writing. Discussion on book collaboration began to take shape when Roger spoke with noted Baptist historian Dr. Michael Haykin about putting together a book on John Bunyan. With Dr. Haykin's encouragement and Dr. Joel Beakey's positive response, this book on Bunyan's piety found life. God's providence had prepared the writers for this challenge on Bunyan. In 2007, Phil was asked to give 4 lectures on John Bunyan for students of his alma mater, the University of Mobile. The Heritage Conference, sponsored by Lafitte Baptist Church of Saraland, Alabama, was well attended by enthusiastic collegians. During the summer of 2002, Roger provided a lecture in a doctoral class at the University of the South, an Episcopal university, on the significant Baptist father John Bunyan. The 2 events resulted in manuscripts on John Bunyan waiting for a place to land. But without some significant editorial work to put them together, that could not happen. Drew Harris began attending South Woods shortly after Roger and his family joined. While participating in a pastoral internship program, Drew did a book review for the rest of the interns. His skill in synthesizing and evaluating his assigned book demonstrated superb journalistic gifts. When Phil and Roger began discussing the possibility of putting their manuscripts together into a book addressing John Bunyan's life and piety, Drew immediately came to mind as the one with the gifts to bring it about. John Bunyan speaks for himself. The editor's task, and a joyous one at that, has been to simply let Bunyan speak, and in doing so, to encourage believers to venture all for God. As much as that has been accomplished, the editors give thanks to the Lord. I had also this consideration, that if I should now venture all for God, I engaged God to take care of my concernments. But if I forsook him and his ways, for fear of any trouble that should come to me or mine, then I should not only falsify my profession, but should count also that my concernments were not so sure if left at God's feet, while I stood to and for his name, as they would be if they were under my own care. John Bunyan. The Piety of John Bunyan, 1628 to 1688. John Bunyan ventured all for God in the face of immeasurable religious and political upheaval. For a century before his birth and throughout his lifetime, England was in continual turmoil as the country vacillated between monarchical and parliamentarian government. Intertwined with this struggle for power were the competing interests of Roman Catholicism, the Church of England, and Protestant separatists. This historical milieu of political unrest and religious persecution by the English government provides a necessary framework for understanding the life and works of Bunyan. Bunyan's persecution and imprisonment shaped his own faith and personal piety, and the theme of Christian suffering reverberates in much of his writing. During the English Reformation of the 16th century, Henry VIII reigned
Sample complete. Ready to continue?